Dimitri Downing back. Dimitri Downing back. Okay. Dimitri Downing back with MITA Unshackled here at Mjbizcon 2022 with a couple of my favorite people, and I'm sure they are good. And that's an inside joke we'll get to a little bit later. But Jack and Ryan, how are you guys doing today?
We're doing great. Great to be here, Dimitri. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, doing great. Thank you.
You know, the show just started. It's Wednesday afternoon, so we're all still kind of fresh, even though everybody's probably out partying last night. But what are you seeing so far?
One of the big things I'm noticing is that the industry certainly more mature. You know, it was kind of poetic on the way over this morning. I had to take a detour by the way.
You might want to get a little closer so we...
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, just make sure we got it.
How about that?
Yeah, we good on sound?
We good?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, so it was kind of fitting this morning on my ride over. I had to take a detour by the Rio, and I was thinking back 6-7 years ago when we started this and first became aware of your work and Ryan's work, and a lot of people that are my close friends and contemporaries in the industry now. And it's crazy to think about how big the industry has gotten and the size of it, the complexity, the specialization. It's kind of mind-boggling. So it was something to walk in here this morning and see the size and scale that Mjbizcon continues to be.
And you have grown with the industry, so people really don't know who you are because I forgot to introduce you and jump right into your perspective. But let's talk a little bit about Ryan and Jack and your guys' journey into the industry. Jack, it's Grove Bags. It's Jack Grover.
It is, yeah.
So I'm guessing there's a connection there.
There is, yeah. As a stoned 23-year-old founder, I thought it'd be really cool if I could refer to my team members as Grovers, because we all have this visions of of grandeur, what the future will be like, what the company will be like. So they prefer to be called Grove Baggers instead of Grovers.
Grove Baggers.
Yeah, but we were struggling for a name. We had a product, and we found a name with Grove Bags, and that my friend Gordon Sellers recommended, and we've stuck with that. And that's been our moniker going since then.
So are you the founder, co-founder of Grove Bags?
I'm the co-founder. I have another co-founder, Ryan Carnivale, who's my technical co-founder. He really worked with me for about a year and a half to design a lot of the products. He still serves as our chief science officer.
Next time somebody asks you a question, you should say, I'm the founder, but the people are my co-founder.
Brings everybody in.
I just made that up right now. Well, you know the band U2? I think it's about, because it's not just us rocking, it's U2 rocking. Whatever.
Well, I wish I could say that. Thankfully, it's too good of a product, and people listening here are too smart to believe that I came up with it all by candlelight.
If you're watching this podcast, Google them online, look up the website, get a little more of the technical and scientific aspects. I knew you guys were rock stars when I had this U-based scientist coming up to me at my tailgate saying, "Hey, you're in the cannabis industry. Have you heard about these guys at Grow Bags?" I think that the reach of their technology goes far beyond cannabis. And I'm looking at it I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, wow.
I remember you telling me about
hey,
that.
I know those guys. I'm like, I hang out with those guys.
Yeah,
and so
I remember you telling me about that.
That was pretty cool. But you guys are a great company. Tell us a little bit about, well, actually, we're going to learn about Jack, we're going to learn about Ryan. But let's first, what is Grow Bags? What do you guys do?
So real short is we're the industry-leading cultivation and storage tools. And what I mean by that is Grow Bags, our TerpLoc products are used in the curing and storage stage of the cannabis life cycle to ensure that cannabis profiles, terpene profiles, and medicinal integrity of the plant, as well as safety, is maintained throughout the supply chain.
And why is that important to protect the integrity of the plant? What is the benefit that it brings when you protect it?
Well, so there's certainly the qualitative benefits of having a more pleasant, more consistent smoke, having a product that quite literally gets you higher because it has to have the degradation that has a better entourage effect because it maintains more terpenes. There's all those things. There's the consideration of limiting mold growth, keeping the product safe, or potentially you don't compromise patients or things of that nature. There's the fiscal reasons, such as maintaining full weight and inhibiting weight loss and good weight and good cannabis weight across your operation, across your supply chain. But most importantly, in my opinion, it's about maintaining full integrity of medicine, full efficacy across the supply chain. So what we're doing with TerpLoc is allowing 37 to 45% more terpenes and cannabinoids to stay with the plant throughout its life cycle instead of being siphoned off in bad packaging or poor environmental conditions. Because what our material is doing is creating 58 to 62% relative humidity in an anti-static, antimicrobial environment. That's allowing us to just create an optimal condition for preserving and curing that cannabis flower over a long period of time, adding integrity to the supply chain. So this is not a new technology. It's cannabis. Tweaked it, re-engineered for cannabis. This is passive modified atmospheric films, which exists in every mature agricultural industry on the planet and do a lot for lengthening supply chain, reducing food waste, and ensuring food security across the globe. So really ensuring up the integrity of the supply chain. I saw that cannabis was going to need to operate like a mature professional agricultural industry. We are, after all, the third biggest crop by value in the United States now after what we got. So thinking of all this with all this account kind of led me to the idea, well, we need specialized packaging, specialized materials. These people are buying cannabis as medical patients, taking home, and those drams, these film pop tops that are finally going by the wayside, terrible for cannabis. They lose about 1% relative humidity every single hour. So your cannabis there is literally drying out. You're having substantial terpene degradation. You're having substantial THC degradation and subcannabinoids. It's really a tremendous problem in terms of integrity, quality, and profit across the supply chain.
Clearly, it's an amazing product. A little complicated for my small mind, but what I'm wondering is, how did you figure this out? What were you doing before you started? How did you were you involved in this subject matter beforehand? Were you an engineer? How did this happen?
So no, I'm not smart enough to be a traditional engineer. I was a finance guy, but my dad had been in packaging and had done some work in packaging companies.
Oh, so you have legacy in packaging too.
You could say that, yeah. For sure.
That's pretty cool.
Legacy is I'm very lucky to have the mentor that I've had in my father. But we had a great career in packaging and a lot about the industry, and kind of had the opportunity to cheer for him and work for him, and edit his books and articles over the years, and stuff like that. So
no, that's a foundation that you were smart to take advantage of. I love that.
I don't think kids aren't smart to take advantage of anything. I was lucky because I had a dad that I admired and wanted to spend time with. And that was a way that I could do that.
You're a good son. I'm not a good son. I don't spend a lot of time with my dad, so I appreciate that about you. But if I follow the legacy, I'd either be a university professor from my dad's side, or a machete wielding villager from Oaxaca on my mom's side. So I don't know.
It's funny you said it, because I really could see you as a college professor.
I appreciate that.
Scribbling furiously on the chalkboard and trying to instill the value of life and the understanding of the world of your students.
Honestly,
it might not be too late for that. Professor Downing does have a ring to it that I quite like.
After hanging out with Ryan, I think I probably belong at the village with the machete. But we should actually introduce Ryan, because he's chilling over here, and he's good. I'm just kidding. That's like a little inside joke between us. Ryan, what do you do for Grow Bags? And you're everywhere in the industry as well.
Yeah, on the move often. So I'm the CCO of Grow Bags, so overseeing the sales activities domestically, playing a part in our international expansion, which we're focusing on heavily this year, going into 2023. So overseeing that, been building the team. Culture is a big aspect of what I'm a part of as well. So regularly on the road, seeing y'all out and about, going to shows. As a brand, we're really big on being present. Seeing our clients, being present in the industry, being present in the territories that we're working and focusing with, being present with the industry associations. And so it's definitely keeping us busy as we've been growing over the last 2 years very quickly.
And when did you join Grow Bags?
About 2.5 years ago. So I've known Jack and Grow Bags for a while. I've personally been in the industry for a little over 10 years now. Had a previous business that I was involved with Grow Bags with as clients to each other, colleagues in that matter, and it's come up a couple times as I've been out here. It was always a joke with Jack. He was like, "Yo, I want you to work for me." I obviously had my hands full and had my own company going, and COVID hit, things changed, and I got a phone call, and he was like, "What about now?" And again, I'd known them for a while, had a lot of respect, loved what was happening with Grow Bags, played a part in the Colorado market with getting their brand out, and so it was a great fit. It's been a blast since.
It pays to be first, and it pays to be consistent, especially in recruiting. But
True.
No, I think over the course of any organization, particularly a young company, you have a
we'd have to go
couple
in
hires that really come in and change the culture, infuse new energy, a new way of doing things.
When I got here,
it's been a lot of fun the last 2.5 years. It's hard to believe that it's already been that long.
I know he's not here, but I wanted to ask your dad. What does your dad think about your success?
David went back to
Love Brent.
What did you say?
I said I love Brent. Yeah, he's our consultant to the company too. Aside from his dad, obviously, there's a lot of respect there. But sorry, go ahead, Jack. Answer.
I think he thinks it's a bit. I don't know. He'd probably say it's a bit confusing.
A bit confusing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you his number. Give him a call.
No, I chilled with your dad once at Mjbizcon. We were over there having a drink, and he's like, "That's my son." You know, that proud kind of thing.
Yeah, he's super proud. I'll say as a third party, and I know both of them now quite well. But quite proud, which is cool.
But you guys had that right balance, that father-son thing. I respect what he does. I respect my foundation kind of thing. You know, he knows it's about you, and you know it's about him. That's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of like father-sons that are like, you know, in competition. But you guys, just my little humble opinion, and I noticed about you real quickly from your dad and you guys have that nice little balance. Maybe because I don't have that balance.
Appreciate that. And I think that would, you know, I think in families, you know, Charlie, my second oldest brother's got cerebral palsy. I think in families, I think in people with that aren't determined, I think that can drive them apart, constantly fractures families. And I think my parents were the type of people that decided that it was going to make us all very close and very supportive of each other. And I got to tell you, you know, when I started this business, the whole world laughed at me.
I actually do. I have the USB-C one though.
Nice. Do you notice we're in the cool area? Where like all the cool kids are coming by here and hanging out. We were gonna have an overhead shot, but we got a little complicated. We might have an overhead shot tomorrow, with drone. But it's amazing to see all the people walking by.
It's incredible.
And you guys have a booth here today?
We do. We've got a 20 by 20. I wanted to go a little bit bigger. I like to go bigger every year, a little higher, a little bigger, something like that.
2 stories?
Yeah, I wanted to do 2 stories really badly. You have no idea how badly.
He did.
But you know, I got a lot of hard pushback, and I can't.
Okay, well those 2-story booths are like $100,000 for like the framing and stuff, you know?
Not always like the Dutchy booths. I mean, yeah, that's dope, but that's obviously a significant investment. I mean, 2 stories.
Is this your new phone or what?
On
No,
top,
that's actually Ryan's new phone.
Feeling it?
Yeah, you know.
Ship it around to Thailand? Aren't you guys talking about going to Thailand?
Yeah, we're going out there.
Yeah, we're going out there for a week with Mjbizcon and
Your ass told me, look it up, ping my phone, bitch. I can't fucking find you. You can see my location on your messages.
The world to be conquered for grow bags.
So we've always thought that we were providing infrastructure and the ability for a plant-based medicine revolution to operate and scale efficiently. And that is a global revolution. Full 1/4 of the world's countries have some sort of cannabis program. 2/3 of the U.S. states are going to have some sort of cannabis program. You know, the rabbit's not going back to the attic. If you're a capitalist world and capitalism supports the good, you know, I do nothing's to raise the standard of living for every single person on the planet over the last 100 years.
That's awesome.
Talk about the environmental consequences and everything else and the need for like capitalism, but if you believe fundamentally the point I'm trying to get to, that we are in an industry that is a force of nature, and the nature of today's world. This is not going away. There's too much momentum here. There is autocatalytic force that you can literally feel if you're in this room.
Because what I did is I fucking put one of the extension cords because we already packed everything away. We had one extension cord and I shoved it in
one of the next great global industries. And hopefully it'll do a lot, not just for our global economy, but
iPads and all of our swag.
For our relationships with ourselves as people and our fellow man. God knows we need that.
And we kind of, sorry, we kind of jumped over it. What were you doing before grow bags? I mean, like, how did you said you were getting stoned when you're 23, but you look like you're 25.
I'm getting stoned since I was 14.
It's unshackled. Meat unshackled.
Oh yeah.
No, I talk about how I used to ship cannabis across the country before I prosecuted in college in the 90s. We did that. I did that. It happened.
Yeah.
Never got caught. Statute of limitations are gone. Life is moved on.
Yeah,
so what were you doing before?
I was working in tech, and it was cool, but it wasn't fulfilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw everything going on with cannabis, and
So you grew yourself.
I grew from my brother Charlie since I was 15.
Well, that's kind of a big deal here, you know.
I mean,
So he's an OG grower.
I mean, that's, I think anybody can be a rock star before life, right? Like, but yeah, I mean, that was my my entry into the industry. I mean, I really grew up being staunchly anti-cannabis, being a wrestler in Ohio. But the first time I saw my brother use cannabis, he was home in California. He was like, Jack, any of your friends have
They're pretty much
help me. So I have all the ones
he
that
was talking about that
show this full board in space. It's all vascular. Tell me growing up in the same house, we shared a bathroom. He had, pills for muscle spasms, muscle aches, and this and that. Some side effects of that, pills for side effects of those. So imagine my fucking surprise when Jajo Yang, who's currently, our head of product, comes over to my house and comes in all sheepishly and looks at me like, what the fuck's going on?
Restream widget.
Goes upstairs, goes to the Charlie's room, lights up, takes a hit, passes it to Charlie.
Let's go back.
Charlie takes a hit, almost immediately kind of shoulders back, vascularity kind of recedes from his face. And
I think I should take a hit right now.
right? And it was insane because, and this is so crazy. These two gentlemen friends that explain.
This is where the cool kids hang out.
I mean, we are in a global business, but he takes the hit, and the relief is overwhelming. And then there's a few very important moments in your life where everything just makes sense, clicks, and you have a vision of the future. I had a vision of the future where I was like, oh, this is going to continue market. This is going to be totally legal worldwide.
Yeah, so.
I think my problem is I always have clear visions of the past,
Right. Yeah, the 2020 looking back.
which is good. I've
you
got
got
great
to.
hindsight, but I'm just kidding. No, but I've been in the industry for 10 years. I haven't left, so it's a great industry to be in. Okay, so that's how you got in the industry. We didn't get into what exactly you were doing prior to your projects before Grow Bags.
Yeah, so before Grow Bags. Yeah, so
I love. We dug out the fact that you were a cultivator, which automatically is important to people out there because it lends to the whole credibility of everything that you're doing. People, you're not just a businessman who got into this industry because you found a nice widget. You're a cultivator who saw a problem, a need, and solved it, which is fantastic.
How I got involved. So originally I'm from Virginia, so born and raised on the East Coast. I got involved in the quote-unquote traditional market in high school and into college, so grew myself back in those days. My first dabble in entrepreneurship was actually in college. Got involved with an application-based company. Was fortunate to exit that right before graduating, and at that time cannabis went legal in Colorado. So I had the crazy pipe dream and had the opportunity, packed up the car, threw the dog in it, drove across the country and said I'm going to get involved in the cannabis industry. Didn't know where or how, but went out there to shake a stick at it. I started off on the cultivation side as well. Grew out there for years, was involved with the group out there growing. And then from there saw the opportunity for other ancillary businesses and things that were missing, and actually started a co-working incubator, business accelerator space in Denver. So I had that. Originally it was called Green Labs. We rebranded after the year. It started off as it was hard to find places for cannabis businesses to have places to go, even if you had plant touching or not. Excuse me. And that evolved into a 7-year journey that I grew and had a business partner with. And we grew a team. We had over 20 people involved with it on a regular basis, and over 100 businesses in the local Colorado market that were involved. So it was really a great thing. That's what I did. That's how I met Jack. That's how I met the rest of the team early on. I had a couple other endeavors that I was involved with between there, a vending machine for cannabis, and yeah, that was my last 7 years. And then when that closed up, joining up with Grow Bags was a perfect fit. As much as I would love to be growing still, I am on the road too much, and that's where it's at, but that's where my heart is. And so being able to bring the two together has been great. So now most of my focus is dealing with and talking to the growers and the operators, letting them know the efficiencies, how TerpLoc can come in and streamline things. So it's been a good fit, but that's really been my road. So I've been from plant touching and grow every day to now on the road almost every day, and everything in between.
That makes sense because I've gotten to know your company a little bit over the years, and it's got that mom and pop, that's got that family feel to it, but it's got that OG feel to it as well. Like that at the core is the values and understanding of the cannabis plant, the cannabis community, and respect for it. And I sense that from both of you guys. And I didn't know that, prior to this interview, that the depth of your guys' background in the cannabis space. And I don't think a lot of people do.
Look, right? Like at the end of the day, I think Brian and I, and a lot of the people, top down, bottom up throughout our organization, we're just excited about cannabis. Thought it was a way to make a living. Wanted to figure out a way to do it. Never didn't give anything else but much thought.
This industry is just amazing. The people are amazing. It's my honor to be involved in MITA, but to meet you guys was what I love doing. To meet people.
Yeah.
So it's such a great plan. It's such a great community. So we're living in great times, my friends.
Yeah, we're blessed. I mean, even we all have friends who work in other industries. And I know I personally feel like I work very hard, but I've never really worked a day. And I talk to other friends, and they love their professions, and it's just different. And it's just different. You have different passion here. You have different drive. You have different excitement. I posted a video yesterday of just walking through the floor, and the amount of friends that aren't involved in cannabis just reaching out and just being like, it's so different, the energy, so I feel like people see it. So to your point, I feel like we're very blessed. Every day when I get up, I'm super excited to be involved in what we're doing here.
There's Luna over there.
Hello.
So how do people get in touch with you guys?
833 TerpLoc. That's one easy reminder there.
We're super easy to get a hold of.
What's the Instagram?
Bags.
Grow bags. Yeah.
You guys, how big is your team? I mean,
There's a little over 30 of us now.
Yep.
So do you even know who answers social media at this point? They just tell you if it's important?
Yeah, we did the marketing.
Yeah,
we have a big team back at HQ.
Yeah. I read a Warren Buffett quote once. Good CEOs know how much toilet paper costs. So I try to pay attention to everything. The people that I've been lucky enough to surround myself with, I think deserve and demand that. I think somebody offers Brian a job every other day. And we got to get them off of these fucking guys.
I think they offer them a lot of things every day.
The joys of the industry.
Maybe.
He's supposed to be coming.
Anyways, we don't need to talk about all that. So it was great to host you guys, and you guys have a great Mjbizcon. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Just briefly mention any of the projects that you have coming up on the horizon.
I know I'd like to throw one thing out. I think a lot of people don't realize is we are USA made. Our whole team's based here, which is huge. From Helen to finished product. So when it comes to the customer service, like Jack mentioned, when it comes to us being present, we come from the industry. We like to be very present with the industry. So we're one focus. We're packaging to preserve terpenes for the cannabis industry. That's where our focus is, and that's where we try to be out and active. And I think the USA made is a big aspect, and just our approach to that with customers. We do control what we're doing, and we want to work with our clients to fulfill and have them use a TerpLoc. I mean, our goal is for TerpLoc to be the standard for cannabis packaging, especially on the cure side internationally. So that doesn't come from going in and just saying this is what you get and take it. It comes from getting involved, rolling your sleeves up, and building and growing with the industry. So I think that's a big thing that I know I'm always trying to echo to our clients, obviously, and the new people we meet too. So
yeah, right at the nail heavily inspired me. The communities, whether you are a small hobbyist grower in Thailand, Texas, or a massive grower in Australia, Carolina, we strive to be the rule of thumb standard for the carrying and storage and preservation of this integrity cannabis.
Well, I know you guys are just beginning and just getting bigger, so I'm excited to watch your guys' journey and your guys' growth and call you guys my friends. And we will be seeing you around.
Yes, you will.
Thank you for joining
first.
Yes, yeah.
See you December 1st, golf tournament, 30th.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
and folks,
thank you.
they are good.
Cheers.